Yeah, one of the perplexing things about the coronavirus crisis is the requirement to wear masks. Because back in the springtime, there wasn't any noises coming out of government suggesting that masks were essential, and in fact the scientific advice appeared to be that the wearing a mask, especially for long periods, risked bacteria building up in the mask itself and then causing respiratory problems, and in extreme cases pneumonia. And the scientists at the time were basically saying, don't wear a mask. Now, as I've suggested, that I think a lot of that was because there was a great big fear that the public would start logging on to Amazon and buying all the available masks from there and from eBay and from any other online source, making it difficult for the health service and other essential workers to gain access to PPE. Furthermore, it was suggested that by the scientists that the masks really didn't provide any protection against a virus, because the virus was so small. So we now find ourselves at the end of the summer having to accept that the government wants us to wear masks in public places, at least indoors, and that provides protection against the virus or the spreading of the virus. I don't buy it, and I'm not the only one. There was a great big demonstration in Berlin at the weekend on Saturday. I think the estimate was about 500,000 people showed up, and there was also demonstrations in London too. People saying, we've had enough of these restrictive rules, especially when the evidence and the statistics suggest that the virus is not as dangerous as it was before, or that it's going away. And with it should these restrictions. Yeah, the next few weeks are going to be really interesting to see whether the government is going to relax some of the measures now that a lot of people now are getting suspicious about why these measures remain in place when people aren't going to hospital or dying. So the next few weeks are going to be really interesting to see whether the government will relax or whether the government will double down and ramp up the fear again. There'll be a fear of a second wave or of another mutation. It'll be something that's going to force people into more lockdown and other restrictive behaviors. I mean, if that happens, you can see all sorts of terminal impact on the economy, and of course the tax revenues the government is able to get from people that finance everything around our public services, including our health service. So the situation as we find it is not sustainable. It can't be repeated without an absolute catastrophe around the way we live. Let's hope it stops soon.